$57,258.61. That is how much I made in 2023 doing content creation completely full-time with my videography business. Now with that information, you can go about your day, or you can stick around and learn what it is that I actually did to get that amount of money, and then how I plan on tripling that money for the new year. My name is Joel, and if you follow me on Instagram or YouTube, then you know that I make cinematic content for social media that's focused on spreading some sort of motivational, good message into the world. But I also do have a whole bunch of other things that I do to make money, including a videography business and then teaching people how to edit videos the same way I do online. It's a course called the Content Creator Crash Course. If you're interested, it's also going to be in the bio. This year, I left my job in engineering to pursue content creation after I saw my page go from 0 to 100,000 on Instagram within the course of 6 months. And it made me realize I actually like doing videography and content creation a lot more than I like doing engineering. So I decided to take a leap of faith, and it's definitely paid off. But leaving my good and stable job, I was making $73,000 over there a year after taxes around 50K. It's kind of a hard thing to do, especially when you're first starting out. So I had to make sure that I was going to be financially stable if I wanted to actually pursue this. So I didn't just quit my job. I actually saved up $18,000. My expenses at the time were $1,500 every month. So if we do the math, that means I have 12 months of doing absolutely nothing before I run out of money if I have $18,000 saved up. And that plan is from a book called Set for Life, which is a really good book to read if you also want to start a journey similarly to this one. And in February, when I started out, my only goal was to make $2,000 a month because that would cover the $1,500 I had for expenses. But I knew that if I kept being persistent, I would be able to make more in the future. And it's insane because $22,000 of that $57,000 actually was made in the last 2 months of the year, in November and December of 2023. So it goes to show you things do get better if you stay consistent with it. Now let's actually get into the methods that I use to actually make the money online. There is a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to try this year, and this is how much I made doing each of them. Firstly, we have Intrepid. This is the clothing brand that I started to spread a positive message. I started out with bracelets, but then I moved on to sweatshirts. Sweatshirts were easily the most profitable item. It was a sweatshirt that said, how much did they pay you to give up on your dreams? Nice, right? And that in total made $4,285.69. Now keep in mind, this is revenue. This is not how much I took home in profit. This sweatshirt launch was pretty tough because I had to learn a whole bunch of stuff, which cost a whole lot of money. So when I do my next drop, I'm sure I'll make a lot more in profit, since we pretty much just broke even since I didn't know what I was doing when creating a brand. Nextly, we have YouTube, which I was just recently monetized on, and which is what you're seeing this on. The content that allowed me to be monetized was a vlog that I took up in Vermont. It's very cinematic. The problem is I had music from Bob Marley play in it, which means automatically I can't make any money off the video. So even though it allowed me to reach the threshold to get monetized on social media or for YouTube, I didn't make a penny off of it. So as of now, I've only made $53.18. I'm hoping that next year at this time, I have a bigger number for you. All right, the next thing we have is Instagram. This is just money made from Instagram solely. I had Instagram subscriptions. I eventually got rid of it. And then I also got some money from Instagram advertisements, although actually the worst I've seen, you can have 1 million views and make 10 bucks. In all, I made $690. Keep in mind, 144 of those dollars are from advertisements. Everything else was from Instagram subscriptions that I had for around 6 months before I canceled it. All right, next we have sponsorships. I did get a ton of brands reaching out to me, asking me to do video for them. A lot of them were gifted collaborations. If you don't know what that means, they just give you a gift and then ask you to make a video out of it. There's also a lot of brands that I didn't want to work with because it didn't align with who I am. Specifically, there was one cryptocurrency one. I'm not going to tell you which brand paid me what. I'll just tell you the total. In total, I made $9,603 and a few cents on top of that, but pretty good. And most of that was made at the end of the year because I wasn't getting these brand collaborations when I first started out. It was only after a few months. Next, we have JRJ Imaging. That is the name of my videography business. I had the opportunity to do some crazy jobs this year, and I really focused on getting higher ticket clients, which is really nice because a lot of people aren't paid what they're worth when they're videographers. So all the work for JRJ Imaging brought me up to $18,960 in videography business this year, which is super awesome. And I plan to expand on this in 2024. Okay, next we have TikTok, which is a whopping $0.00. I didn't get paid from TikTok this year. I don't know why. Anyways, next we have the most profitable thing that happened to me this year, which is my content creator course. This is where I teach people how I film and how I edit videos, and then I put them in a community. They're able to talk to each other, and we engage every week because it's very important to do. And we were able to make $19,000.73 off of this course, which is super cool. I was able to make a lot just teaching people what I know, and because of that, I'm going to be heavily focusing on this in the next year. Next, we have one of my only truly digital products, and that is my LUT. That's the colors that you see on some of the videos on my Instagram. Now, this was very surprising to me because it made $4,075, which is incredible because I didn't do very much marketing besides a few videos. And to this day, I still get maybe $300 or $400 a month doing absolutely nothing, just making me realize maybe I should take that a lot more seriously and keep producing different types of LUTs. So now I have a plan to create a more cinematic LUT pack and maybe a few ones that work on an iPhone. But regardless, sleeper right there, $4,000 off of LUTs. Digital products are really cool. And lastly, we have our Amazon affiliate link. I made a total of $517. I didn't promote it very much at all. People ask me where I get my gear from. I'll just send them to an Amazon list where I put all the gear that I have, and they don't even have to shop for your gear. If they're on the Amazon site, if they click off of it and buy something else, you get a piece of that commission as well, which is really cool. And all of that combined is the $57,258.61. Like I said, this is revenue. This is not profit. I put a lot of money into my camera gear for this year. We got a new camera, new lenses. Literally most of the equipment you're seeing in the shot right here is what I've spent my money on because I need this camera gear to make high quality content for social media. But like I told you guys, I want to triple this income in this next year. So how do I actually do that? What's actually going to help in getting me to 150K plus in a year is marketing. It's marketing my product a lot better. Marketing is something that not a lot of creators really think or know about. They pretty much just think that you go on a platform, you make content, and then you get paid. No. If you want to sell your own product, you need to employ some sort of marketing strategy. And it doesn't have to be like the salesy things. Like you don't have to hop on a call with someone and sell them on a product if you don't want to. It can just be something as simple as having a newsletter that can promote your service, but you're also providing value. And that has been easily the most eye-opening thing that I've learned this year because it completely changes how you think about content and what mediums you should be using to make money on social media. Now, to end things off, if you yourself want to start creating content, you're working a job maybe that you don't like, there are a few things I'd recommend you do to make the process a lot easier. Firstly, read the book Set for Life. I'm not joking. It is one of the most influential books I've read besides the Holy Bible. This book changes your mindset about how you think about money and how much money you actually need to succeed. People think you need $1 million and at that point you'll be fine. No, it's actually somewhere around 25,000, then lowering your income to 2,000, and then you have a year to try something new. Secondly, if you can learn a valuable skill, if you're not going to learn something like engineering or something like becoming a doctor, college might not even be what you need to get a high-paying job. If you can learn a skill like digital marketing, like video editing or photography or videography, these are in such high demand now because everyone needs video. And the better you are at editing videos or at digital marketing or whatever, the more people are going to need you because this world is becoming an online thing. You need to have a presence online. And the last thing I would say is simply take risks. If you are like me, you are 23 years old, relatively young, good looking, perfect, honestly. No, but if you're like me, you have a lot of room to take risks in the future. Whatever you're planning on doing, whether it's working a job or trying your own thing, you're probably going to be doing it for the next 40 years. So if you really think that you're going to suck at something after 40 years of doing it, that's a problem in and of itself. Realistically, no way that in 6 months, if you dedicate yourself to trying something new and learning it, that you won't do well after 6 months. There's not really a way. And even if it doesn't work after 6 months, is it really not going to work after 5 years? After 10 years? There's no way you will not figure it out. But at the end of the day, remember, this is not about money. 57,000 is great, but technically it's not the best, you know? There's people making a lot more than me. But it's not about the money. What's more important is creating a life where you are in control of everything. You're in control of how you spend your day, who you spend your day with, and making sure that the work you're doing is something that you are passionate about and something that's helping other people. Like I said in one of my vlogs, the pursuit of happiness is always going to be better than the pursuit of corporate checks. Bars. But with that being said, I am very excited for 2024. 2023 was a fantastic year of my life, and it's really cool to see that the hard work does pay off. And if you want to follow my journey as a content creator, then subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be moving, doing a lot of cool stuff. I want you guys around. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.